laughter in the rain. Well, you're supposed to sing along. You're supposed to sway. And you're supposed to be like, oh my God, when he sings, my heart melts. I can barely drive.
Did you start?
Yeah, that was it. That was the beginning.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, hi. We got our official Heart and Home Orlando umbrella. And today we are storm chasing. Ooh. I didn't even change into my Heart and Home Orlando shirt. I got my Florida pink shirt on. The camera already fell the first time. So, once again, we'll just go with one camera because we're
storm chasing.
Yeah, well, so, I'll reach back and grab it and I'll put it over here.
Oh, no. We're going to do the butt thing again?
No, we're not. No.
Okay, good.
America can't handle it. So, actually, that's the same side, but I don't know. We could go that way. We'll go out the back.
Wow, the wind must have been blowing because I'm seeing boxes all over the road. Like, there was a big gust that came through a little while ago.
So, we're storm chasing. So, when we turn onto Avalon Road here, you're going to see that there's a big storm there. And so,
you can see
a couple things. Yeah. So a couple things, we're going to talk about Florida thunderstorms a little bit, and we've talked about those sorts of things before.
But you almost can set your watch to them this time of
year,
right?
Especially when it's freaking 100 degrees outside.
It was really hot today. One of the hottest days. I don't know what the actual temperature was, but...
It was 100.
Was it really?
It was 100. The heat index was 110.
It was incredibly hot today. And, because of all that humidity... It's almost like clockwork. You'll have the late afternoon thunder boomers.
Right, but this is Florida, so look. I'm going to turn this one off.
Okay.
But if you look there, you can see blue sky, right?
Blue sky, beautiful.
But now as we turn, you can see in Florida, you can see where it's raining.
Yeah.
Like you can literally see the rain that's falling because the raindrops are big.
There's and I'll have to find it. I love it. I saw it on Facebook one day a few years ago. But they're like, I guess it's kind of like a meme or whatever. And they're like, this is what it's like to live in Florida. You look in front of you, and it's like the death of hell in front of you with the sky. And you look in your side view mirror, and it's like bright blue sky back behind you. Like it's
like it can rain on you in the sunshine.
Torrentially. So
like you're standing in the sun, and it's raining on you. And you're like, what? How?
Right. However...
Humidity.
It's nice to have those thunderstorms. Personally, we are thunderstorm people. We love to be, preferably not driving in them, but snuggled up in our house would be really nice. So we're going to talk about real estate stuff, but we're also going to talk about that because it is a very real thing.
Okay, and I don't know how well, hit the windshield wipers real quick. I don't know how well you can see it behind those power lines, but you can see a rain squall.
Oh, right there.
It's like a 50-yard wide, just like... And we may hit one over there too. And so if you look over, like off where the thing is going, kind of where we're going to turn, Disney is right there. And I regret to inform you that if you are at Animal Kingdom Lodge today, as we're recording this, you are getting wet. Because, that's like, it's raining really hard over there at Disney right now.
It's, it most definitely. But, we really can. I always say this, the thunderstorms here, unless it's like part of a, part of a bigger storm, if this is not just releasing the humidity that we've dealt with all day, right?
You can tell it rained really hard here.
Yeah, I know, look at this. So this is, anyways, they usually only last a few minutes. It's like, it's not very long storms. It kind of comes and then it goes and the sun comes back out and you're like, okay. So here's what I want to talk about, though, driving perspective, because this really is important and it petrifies me. And they probably have this no matter where you live, but I know for sure here it happens more frequently, which is that the storm can be so dark and so intense, it's pitch black in front of you, and it comes down so fast and so furiously, that sometimes it puddles on the sides of the road.
Yes.
So when you are driving yourself, or whether you are, teaching your young new driver, it's really important to talk about that part of it, which, by the way, that happens anywhere you live, right? When it just can't drain fast enough. But it is important just to kind of think about that as you're driving.
And if you're thinking, hey, you're driving by the Waterley Fountain again.
Yeah, we know.
It's just, we know. It's just so happened that it started raining and we're like, let's do thunderstorms. Because
and we're going toward Orlo Bronson, right?
And we like to share, what's going on. So we had a death in the family. We're heading off Friday and Saturday. We'll be off in Virginia at a funeral, and so I'll just say I'm going to try to not I'm trying to not make you upset, but I'm just going to say Chad Crawford Robertson, that's our nephew. Love him so much, such a good heart. so if you could, you guys probably watching don't know Chad, but if just give a thought for Chad and watch a little baseball on TV or in person. That would mean a big. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now.
Yeah.
But that would mean a lot to him.
Tell me you're gonna do that.
Oh, I know, but we love him. So anyway, so that's why we're recording a little early, and we were like, well, we got to do a Sunday drive because I need to edit it in time to get it up, and we'll be gone.
And
so
this is more important. The funeral is more important.
Of course, but we were like we have been for some time wanting to do just like drive out in a thunderstorm, which I thought would make you nervous anyway.
Well, this is not a thunderstorm. This is nothing. But
this is the remnants of one, and we're sort of chasing it now, and you really can see where it's raining there.
Yeah,
and I just wonder how much you'll be able to see it on the camera. It's the lighter gray right over the trees, and we're probably going to run into it the way it's going. I'm going to guess.
We shall see.
So we're going down Avalon Road. We're going to go all the way to Erlo Bronson, which is sort of the. We've done that on drives before, but obviously we know that most people don't see every drive. But
sure.
So we're heading south now, and then Erlo Bronson runs east and west. Right. And as you're going south, if you turn to the east, you head right down through it's the place that has all the big buildings where they'll sell you a T-shirt.
Right, the big
for
souvenir shops and discount tickets.
Merlin the Magician and the Mermaid and all that stuff.
Every street corner has a number on it.
Yeah, be real careful here because seriously, there's some
So
definitely
this
some
is
hydroplane
exactly what we're
activity.
talking about, is where you just have to watch where the water kind of pools. You see it's all in the ditch over there.
You also might be able to see the fog coming off the road because the road is so hot.
Yes.
That, again, I'm not sure how well that'll translate to the camera, but right now it looks like a foggy morning in front of us because the heat's coming up off the road.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
And it's different. I mean, I remember in Virginia, obviously, same thing. Anytime you live somewhere where there's humidity in the summers and the temperatures can spike up, you're probably going to get the same kind of stuff.
I wonder if we're going to catch it. I'm very excited to see
I see it's right in. You see it?
Yeah, it's getting. You'll see there's a little more fog, a little more.
I think it's crazy.
And I think we're going to catch it because we're gaining on it. You can see it right in front of us. Yes, we do. The people want to see what it's like.
No.
Anyway, so ready? Are you ready for just like a world-class transition? Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Go ahead.
So speaking of thunderstorms, Amy, the Federal Reserve today sent a lightning bolt across the financial world.
Wow.
Right? Thank you.
Yes.
As we're recording this is on. We're actually recording this on Wednesday, and the Federal Reserve just raised interest rates by 1/3 of 1%, which is the largest baseline interest rate increase since the 90s. So in 35 years. That's a big deal.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's such a big deal that we had so our son, we've talked about that before.
Oh, yeah.
He contracted on a home just recently and was told today to lock in his rate, or was it yesterday? Told yesterday to lock in his
evening.
rate. And we
at
actually
6%,
at 6%,
and we were like,
oh, you can do better than that. And then literally we went and we're like, no, lock it in.
Yeah,
now.
go ahead and lock it in because that's an average. That was an average interest rate yesterday.
Yes,
and maybe today, but by the time we get to next week, we can expect it'll go up.
And I had a client reach out via text earlier, and she said, "Oh no."
Yeah.
She's like, "We still can't because it's new construction." So with new construction, put all that water over there.
Yep.
Most builders, now there are a couple of builders, I'm going to go slowly because all that water's pooled right there. With most of the builders, if you're using their in-house lender, there are a few builders that are allowing you to do extended. And I don't mean 60 or 90 days. We're talking 365 days. They're letting you lock in a year.
They know,
Yes. So there's some special considerations that the builders' preferred lenders are doing, some things that they're offering right now. However, this client that is currently under contract is not building with one of those builders. And at the moment, it's already $400 more a month in a mortgage payment than what she was originally.
What she contracted at.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's not easily overcome.
Right.
And that's just, abstract, kind of numbers. But, there's the thunder.
You can hear the thunder. I don't know if you can hear it, but you probably could.
I'm turning this down. Can you turn this down? Because I'm actually getting cold. So
Sure,
that's important. And that does affect things. Obviously, it affects your bottom line, your monthly payment, and how your family or personal budget is going to be impacted on that. But that is something to consider with new construction, which is, if you contract now for new construction, you don't know where your interest rate is going to be. What happened to that car? Did you see that?
I didn't see it. No, I didn't see it. I'll watch it on the replay.
highlight that.
I'll run it back. Yeah,
because it looks like it just came out of like
hit the like delayed wiper thing, because we got enough rain happening now and enough spewage.
Did you do it?
I think you probably did it.
Anyway,
so here we go. So, do you think we take a break with road work when there's a thunderstorm? No, we don't, because I guess they got the flagman out here still. Wow. Yeah. So here's let's dig into the core of why this is happening.
Okay.
Because you can make an argument that in the long term that this is a good thing. In the short term, it's a reflection of prices have been going up and up and up and up and up. So what the Federal Reserve is trying to do, capitalism, our economic system is based on supply and demand, right? That's basic economics is when supply is limited and demand is high, prices go up. When there's lots of supply and demand is low, then prices go down because, that's just the way it works. Gas right now is very expensive. That is not a result of anything but limited supply. Now, we could argue and talk all day about why supply is low. There are some of the oil companies have been limiting supply, but the reason they're doing that is because then they can raise the prices. Because demand, we're here in the summer, so we're meeting a time of low supply with a time of high demand, so therefore gas prices go up. So, housing, same thing. There have not been enough homes, and it must be said, Amy, may I say it?
Say it, baby.
In the 400,000 price point range and down, a lot of the inventory has been taken up by corporations, buying houses to then rent them out. So that's a new demand player in the marketplace. And so demand is very high because not only do we have all the people that want to buy houses, but we have corporations that are trying to be in that game too. And it used to be corporations had to wait 14 days so that citizens had a chance to buy them first, but that's not the case anymore. In any case, so supply is still low, demand is still high today. So people are asking us, so are prices going down? And we're like, are prices going down?
No, prices aren't going down unless you were resale and you were priced it way too high because you were thinking of the market a couple months ago, and you haven't adjusted as the market has adjusted. Those prices are going down, but that's not new construction is not going down.
Right,
no.
and resale is not going down for people that are pricing things to sell.
Right. Yes. Exactly.
And we talked about that actually in our last Sunday drive.
We did.
That there's some sellers that are like, I can just ask anything. No, you can't.
They just haven't adjusted. They're still in a mental mindset of months ago, and they haven't adjusted as the market has adjusted, and they perhaps have not been advised as well as they should have.
Right. So in real talk, what the federal, by the way, this traffic is now it's probably a big truck. That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Slowing them down. But that's going to mean that we're not going to catch the storm, but we might. It's still raining, so. That's a very Florida.
There's nothing over there to see, though, right? You don't have the camera there?
I don't, because it fell down. Yeah, there's a lot of fog coming up. This is a very Florida-like rain, though, because that's actual rain. That's not like that's falling from the sky.
Yeah.
But it's just like there's so much moisture in the atmosphere. It's just kind of
like a sponge. It just has to drip, drip, drip.
Anyway.
Yes.
So in real English, real terms, what the Federal Reserve is doing is they are trying to affect demand. They're trying to get demand to match supply. So when we say, okay, well, if interest rates go to 7%, there will be fewer people demanding homes because they won't be able to afford the monthly payment. So it is by design, that's what they're doing. Theoretically, that will affect prices. We don't think that it will make prices go down. We just think it will stop prices from going up, if that makes sense.
I agree.
New construction, that's probably not true because of their built-in increases. Would you agree?
I would agree. I mean, I think that they will start out as a community typically does, in line with the other communities around it, as a base price.
Right, here comes the rain, by the way.
Yeah, it's coming. Starting out at a base price, and then, as we've said many times, new communities are typically built on the premise that, every whatever that designated number of sales is, that then there is an automatic base price increase, and then that usually will continue to escalate. Now, whether or not that's 3 homes like it's been in the past, or whether or not it's every 10 homes.
If it's 3 homes.
Okay, so if there are the first 3 people, and again, this is just using 3 as a number.
Yeah, but that's been the average kind of.
3 to 5 homes, yes. If they contract on house 1, like, okay, let's say that the floor plan that you want to buy has a base price of $400,000. Okay, so the first 3 homes, your base price is $400,000. Second home, $400,000. Third home, $400,000. Then after they do the 3 contracts for those first 3, there's going to be an automatic, and again, this is throwing out a number, a $3,000 base price increase. So now for homes 4, 5, and 6, your base price is $403,000.
Right.
The next 3 homes goes to $406,000, and that's just an example. Those aren't exact numbers, but that's kind of how it works. So that's why when you get into a new construction community at the very beginning, at what we refer to as the lower base pricing, you get to reap the benefit of, by the time you get to move into your home a year later, imagine what the base price is of the same exact home that you just bought and are closing on.
Right.
And that's why, for sometimes it's a $10,000 difference, but in most cases it's substantially different in this area with new construction. So
if building equity in new construction matters to you, which, I mean, it's a good idea to make it matter to you.
It does, yeah, sure.
By the way, these apartments are going up very fast.
They are very
apartments
fast.
going up fast because we were down here the other day and those were not framed.
Boom. They're there.
But
Fall
if that
2022.
matters to you, then the key is get in at base pricing. So try to be one of the people that buys into a community early, like in the first couple of releases.
And if you're not contract 1, 2, and 3, it doesn't mean that 4, 5, and 6, or 7, 8, and 9 aren't still going to be very good pricing.
Well, so just to give you an example, so think about a community that is 200 homes.
Yes, I do not like that.
I didn't like the auto stop thing.
I hate that.
So if you are at, why don't you pull in there? Like, pull into the resort. Yeah, pull into the Grove Resort. Just because.
Get out of here.
Yeah, because, I mean, Earl Bronson's not going to happen.
Well, I think it's because the time of day.
Yeah, it may just be that stoplight up there,
Look, so. Selling water right here.
So we're pulling into the Grove Resort, which we'll talk about that in a minute then, because I don't know if we've ever driven back
We
here
have not driven
for a drive.
Here, but let's drive.
Anyway, and then you can see the sun coming out in front of us. But anyway, so think about a 200 home development where just, for example, they're raising prices every 5 homes that are sold. Mm-hmm. That's 40 price increases of $3,000, which means the same floor plan would be $120,000 more expensive by the time they sell the last one than they sold the first one. That gives you an example of what a good idea it is to get in at base pricing. Now, interest rates are going to change the dynamic a little bit. So we're thinking maybe it'll go 5 homes first, or it'll go 7 homes first, or whatever. But we'll see.
And can I?
You can do anything you want.
Thank you.
You got the steering wheel.
So just as an example, we've talked a lot about Dream Finders and how they were doing, last year, over a year ago, they were doing the escalatory addendums in their contracts, because they were letting you contract before the community was officially up and running.
Yep.
And they added the escalatory to say, hey, look, we're going to let you contract now, but if there's a major price increases as we go through the build process, we're going to have to tack that on.
Right.
But what they also needed you to understand is that because they let you contract so early, your base price was way low.
Yep.
So by the time your home was actually built and the base price had been increasing over those number of sales, you had tremendous equity before you even closed on your home.
Yes.
So if you had $40,000 of equity, but they gave you a price increase of $15,000, you're still
ahead.
You're still ahead. So that's a really kind of a good point. Can I put one thing? Where you want to go? Just
go straight. Yeah, go straight, and then we can't get in.
Because we're not special right now to get in the gate. Okay. So one thing, and this is not really relative to real estate, but it's about living in Florida.
Okay.
And I think I've mentioned this before, but it's such good information. The weather forecasters have said this before, and it's something that I take to heart, which is, you don't see it now because, that was a big old bumpity bump. You don't see it now.
You probably should,
I will. I'll loop it
this
around.
Is like employee, whatever.
I'm looping it around, sir.
All right.
Actually, can I loop around that? I could have just.
You could have, but
that's all right.
Yeah,
we'll go in this big pond that's in front of.
By the way, gate of water.
Gate of water.
That is gate of water.
Well, they might empty it because there's people around, but nope, there's a gator right over there.
Is it really?
On the bank over there? Maybe.
Maybe.
On that far side?
Oh, yeah, I sure do, but they probably can't see from the camera.
Anyway.
Because it's all wet on the window.
Anyway, so what I was going to say is the weather forecasters say this a lot, and I think it's really important because we have a lot of lightning. around here. And in all seriousness, when kids are out playing, which obviously it's Florida, so of course people are out playing, the rule is with lightning, if you see it, flee it. If you hear it, fear it. Yes, I'm going that way. So that's an important thing for the kids to...
Did not even look. Didn't even notice that you were here.
They didn't care at all.
Yeah.
No, they looked. They just said, I don't care.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Can I give you a pet peeve?
Make sure you got your thing out.
Lightning. If you hear it, fear it. If you see it, flee
Thank you.
it.
Okay, now tell me what you're going to say.
So just tell your kids that. If they see lightning off in the distance, right?
Then you said, oh my God.
Oh my gosh. So frustrated. This is like a personal pet peeve of mine.
Okay. Well, I was just going to say, we just drove through the Grove. We didn't mention it one time.
Oh, okay.
We'll do your pet peeve in a second. The Grove. So this is one of those things where it's kind of timeshare-y. It's kind of you could live here if you wanted to, but it's also like so we came and toured here for one of our clients once. And the going rate for these condos was about $500,000, but at the same time, there was like 20 of them on like for resale for sale for like $350.
Yes.
So and it's the same thing.
Signs.
Yeah, right.
It's a stop sign, and I understand there's nothing there, but you follow the rules, people.
So I would just say with the Grove, it's very cool, and we drove past the water park and the whole thing.
It is very cool,
and
no doubt.
You really got to look at the fees that they charge because it's basically almost like a 50-50 split.
You have to determine whether or not that investment for you and the property management aspect. And I think the thing that was for me when we did it was that even though you own a unit, it really is timesharing. You don't really get to stay in your unit.
Right. You can schedule it if you want, but then that takes away the revenue and like it's a different sort of deal. You definitely should look into it and see.
Well, we're never going to get left out of here.
Well,
this was a bad decision.
No, because it'll back up and someone will let you go because the people are nice in Florida. Sure. Okay, anyway, your pet peeve.
Oh my gosh, my pet peeve. So my daughter had an eye doctor appointment today. She got her contacts for the first time.
Yay.
And when we were leaving, as we do, right, we just went and got a drink. And three people came in. They disregarded the do not enter sign exiting McDonald's. You're supposed to go around.
Yep.
They entered in the exit. 3 people.
Outrageous.
It is outrageous. It's like, don't be that person. Like, follow the rules.
First of all, Amy is a rule follower.
I am a rule follower.
I am also, I can be a scofflaw from time to time, but I'm mostly a rule follower.
That's bamboo, by the way.
Bamboo.
Can they see it?
Yeah, they can see it. So, depending on how wet the thing is, but, they can see it that way, too.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people use bamboo as a natural barrier. If your HOA, like at your houses, if they'll allow it, sometimes they specifically say no bamboo.
Right.
But it does make a nice barrier.
I don't know,
aggressive.
aggressive.
It goes way up.
Aggressive isn't the right word, but it
grows
thrives.
fast.
Yeah.
Yes. Someone's going to let us out. I feel very strongly that someone will let us out. But whether or not you'll be able to see whether you can go is going to be another question.
Yeah,
so these people don't know that they're on YouTube, and this is a test of how nice people. Nice person.
Yes, but I can't.
Yeah, but you can go out and block them, and then that's okay. So you could go after this one if you go fast.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Another thing about Amy. Amy says thank you out loud.
Did I just say that loud?
Thank you.
I do.
I think it's cute. I find it endearing. Anyway, we can wrap this up if you want.
Yeah, we can.
Another thing that
we didn't get the short. We failed.
But no, we always are like, we'll just do a quick Sunday drive.
And they all 45 minutes later,
then we get
they're tired of us. But yes, so if you learn nothing in this, it's important to know that this was not a storm.
No, this was a little rain.
This was like a little rain shower.
This was spitting, as we say in Virginia.
That's right. The sky is spitting. But it is important that if you're driving in Florida to make sure you do this time of year always have an umbrella with you.
Yes.
Make sure that
your official Heart and Home Orlando umbrella. I'm going to try to not open it, but I'll.
The other thing is to be aware and teach your young drivers. This is good to have anyway, but all of this water that pools on the side of the road, because our soil is different, it sometimes just cannot drain as fast as Mother Nature is giving it to us. So you have to be careful with that. And then the biggest thing is with lightning, because lightning is a very big deal here in Florida. And remember, if you can hear it, fear it. If you can see it, flee it.
Yes. And my thing doesn't rhyme. Don't be a knucklehead.
Don't be a knucklehead.
If there's a big storm coming, when our son was playing travel soccer, it's like so often it's like the coaches out there are like, it's a few miles away. They have lightning alarms at most fields.
If the
lightning alarm went off, they would go.
Yes.
But sometimes it was like Can we get them off the thing, please?
Well, and that's the thing. There are alarms at the sports complexes because it is such a big deal that if you've got kids out on the soccer fields, there's an alarm that goes off and everyone has to clear the field. And anyway, and we've talked about that before, the 30-30s and things like that.
Yeah, so we'll wrap it up in a second, but I want to make sure we get clear enough to see.
You're never going to be done with us.
No, but on that side, look, it's a beautiful summer day over there. Over there,
but look at
not
that.
so much.
Yeah, not so much.
And behind us, definitely raining. So,
but you know what?
What?
I'm hungry.
So let's go get food.
We're going to go get dinner
As we always do.
As we always do. All right, guys, we appreciate you so much. Please stay safe, stay well. Remember, we love you. I was going to say happy Thanksgiving.
And happy Thanksgiving.
Happy house hunting. Bye.